What's up? It's Cape Sipes and Custom Audio Reimagine, and I'm in between jobs with a few days to just kind of play, and that's a good thing or a bad thing because, man, I have a million things I want to do, and I've been doing them, so let's check out what I've been up to, and I have some really cool old school gear to show you. First up is the old laser. I put in a lot of work on this in the last few days because it's the first time I finally had time to actually play with my laser. I think I definitely need to clean it though. Next is to watch a video on how to clean the mirrors because I've definitely cut a lot of wood, cut a lot of things that built up smoke, so I'm sure I've got soot in my mirrors. But check these little signs out. So if you're a car audio person, so I put car audio in the 80s. These are the top 15 brands in the 80s and their logos from the 1980s. Thought that was kind of cool. So I could, do a backlight if I wanted. So I could do some cool standoff. But I was gonna do the same thing with like the 90s, 2000. And if you're an old audio head, something like this is kind of cool. So I'm gonna make those and hang them up in my shop. And if people want them, then of course I'll sell them and make them. Why wouldn't I? Then I've got I was working on my logo for my shop and doing it, on a little base plate there. So I have a little two-tone setup going. Just all kinds of stuff. And we've got Hellcat logos and just playing, really. That's what's happening. I could act like I'm working, but I'm really not. I'm just a big kid playing, which is what makes this fun. I mean, if I couldn't play and have fun, what's the point? Next, I've got my airbrush stuff. I've got a whole airbrush kit and setup and everything I've bought that I've never got to use, and I've had this stuff for about a year. All this airbrushing. So I think later on tonight, I might practice airbrushing. Maybe I'm amazing. You never know till you try. I may suck, but I may be like the greatest airbrush artist ever, and I just wasn't aware. Also picked up a couple beat up, destroyed, nasty old door panels. Got these from Facebook Marketplace, and there's a reason why I wanted them. I'm gonna clean these up, but then I'm going to customize them. So I have actual physical door panels here that I can show customers or show people, just an idea of what can be done. So I'm gonna get a hold of custom speaker pods. I'm gonna have them do me a couple pods, a couple different finishes. Then I'm gonna tape them, I'll paint them, so they'll be different, like striped finishes. Then I'll rip out that carpet there. We can do some inlays, do some laser cut acrylic with some lighting, just stuff to kind of get the customers, juices flowing, when they see it and they're like, oh yeah. And maybe help them along the way of designing something for their car. Oh, we got the Volkswagen bus. Now it is beautiful outside today. It's like 60 degrees. I fully intended on pulling this outside and sanding the body down so I could start doing the rust repair so we could move forward with getting this thing done. Problem is, a customer came by. I thought it was gonna be like a 15-minute visit. I think he was here for about 2.5 hours. So now I'm just now getting back in the shop, so it kind of ate up my day. But it's supposed to be beautiful all week. And this week, I really don't think I have anything coming in because I had one job have to reschedule, another job got pushed back, and I kind of said, screw it, I'll just go ahead and work on my own stuff. And then over here, we have the sub enclosure for the Ram job that's not gonna be here now, I guess, until next week. Something happened to his Ram and mechanics, and I don't know. But he has a company, and that I haven't shown him yet, but that's kind of a tease. I don't wanna really show it to him. But I've laser cut, I took his logo, he didn't have it as a vector, created it into a vector, laser cut it, and now I have a really cool idea involving his logo, which is not gonna go there, but across the front here. Kinda jazz it up a little bit so, has a little flair. And the more pieces of flair that you have, the better, right? If anybody gets that reference, cool in my book. As we head up the stairs of doom, and I say that because I almost fall off this place at least once a day. I really should put up railings. But I did move all my new equipment up here, so it's here for me to see. So here's a quick little just run by. So if you see something, that you think you can't live without, feel free to let me know, because everything up here is for sale. This is all brand new stuff that's never been used, but it was ordered and not used for a job, or for some reason something got, changed in the job. So I have all kinds of goodies. This stuff over here is all the video stuff, camera, rearview mirror. You got subs, 12s, 8s, audio control 12. So yeah, there's your little quick little run through. And now to show you the old school stuff. So, dude, I almost fell. You see what I mean? I can't record and go down the steps same time. Hold on. I'm definitely gonna fall down there and die one day. So my buddy Doc, I have a friend named Doc, known him for 20 some years, right? He's been in audio since the 80s. He was cleaning out his garage and he come across a whole bunch of old school car audio items that he didn't want, but he knew that I would appreciate them. So he sent them to me. Some of those things I have here in my waiting room because when I was younger, I always wanted these. I saw these in the magazines and there was no internet and I couldn't afford them, but I always wanted them. And now I have them. So if you're into car audio in the 90s or anything and you're customizing, you know about Select Products. Select Products is the company that sold fiberglass resin, mold fabric, basically all the custom stuff. Because there was no internet, they were the one-stop shop that had everything, because you couldn't just search for things back then. And Rob Garza, who is the owner of Select Products, which is that guy right there that has tape over his face for some reason, made these VHS tapes. And they are amazing because every tape covers a certain aspect of customizing. For all you youngins, this is a VCR tape. This is in-car security. So you have to imagine these are like basically before the internet where you could Google and try to find the answer to something. These were what you would use to learn how to do acrylic and fiberglass. Now, unfortunately, these didn't exist when I was teaching myself, so I had a lot of failures and a lot of fires, but I learned how to do it myself, but pretty ahead of their time. Like this is carbon fiber. So it's a whole video on how to do carbon fiber, how to lay it, how to glass it, how to vacuum bag it. It's pretty crazy that they had all this. They have acrylic, everything. Then I noticed that there were 3 of them that were actually DVDs. So here we have a carbon fiber DVD, which I'm not sure what this says. Car Audio Training School, carbon fiber. So it's pretty awesome. Then you have the Car Audio Training School, The Art of Plexiglass, Part 1 and 2. And then Router Basics. So like, this is just like history, man. This is car audio history. And he also sent me these binders. So like, this is the JL Audio Reference Manual. I'm trying to look at the year. Don't see a year on the side. Any kind of year here. I don't see a year here. But this is what you would get from companies. See all the specs and the feel small parameters and everything about a sub? Because again, there was no internet. So this is what you would get from your rep. And then if you wanted to design a stereo system based on some of their equipment, like this is their 15W1 8 ohm. These are the sub specs. You would go through these binders, like a pilgrim, and you would design based on all this stuff. Oh, we got port charts. Oh yeah, look at that. Come on. Criminy, my eyes can't even see those damn numbers, but that's crazy. And then he got me also this, which is even crazier. This book is, this is why I couldn't do this. Security Wiring Guide, 1993-94. So nowadays, for you guys, when you do remote starts and alarms, you go online and you can download the software into it, and then you download the instructions for the car. Well, back in the old days, this is how you did it. So you would look up like the Chrysler LeBaron convertible, and then you would have to know how to read wiring schematics and the plugs, and you just had to kind of figure it out. The instructions just came with the alarm, and they would just tell you what each, trigger and output did or input. But to decide how to hook it up in a car, it was up to you to find the wires and to figure it out. Oh, Ford Probe, 93, but that's when they turned girly. So for all the installers out there who think their life is rough, just go back in time a little bit before we had the internet and realize that this is how it was done. But then he also sent me 3 leather bags, like little handbags. And I was like, what the hell are these? You know, I don't know what the hell these things are. I opened them up and I have them on my test bench right now running. They work. So if you were into car audio in the 90s and you were into IASCA, sound competitions, sound quality, anything like that, you will definitely know what these are. These were so hard to get and so expensive back in the day. Every shop wanted them. Only a few shops had them. And if they didn't have these, they had the audio control. But check this out. I give to you the Coustic RTA 33s. I have 2 of them here. And yes, they are running and they're working just fine. They are grabbing the signal from that radio. That's what the radio station looks like. It's just static. I have the left going into one, the right going into the other. These things are so cool. So after looking into it, I found that this thing came out in 1991, but I also found that my buddies over at 5 Star Car Audio did an amazing in-depth video on this piece, and it's just crazy that they actually have a whole video on this unit from 5 years ago. So head over there and check it out if you want to know more. So this is the real-time analyzers. This is how you would tune. This is how you set up your car for sound quality. These also do SPL. So like at USAC and IASCA competitions. There, see there's USAC. It's crazy they still work, bro. You know how old these things are? Has pink noise, has an output so you can send pink noise out to the stereo, turn it up, do whatever you need to do. Has an input right there because I have the microphones actually over there. So you can hook a mic up, put it in the car, run your sweeps, run your pink noise and everything, get your readouts. Let me go ahead and take this off halt. There we go. Then on the back side, it has a low level input, which is RCA, which is going in there now. But I'm getting ready to show you the coolest feature that all of you miss. Behold, I present to you the pullout. Yes, you may have heard of pullout radios. Here's one in the wild. Isn't that crazy? So you can actually mount these in the dash of your car. And guys would put these in their dash so that they could actually have real-time analyzer running. But you lift that handle and just pull it right out, and then nobody can steal it. So thank you very much, Doc. There's a little blast from the past. And then I have something else, even I think older. We have this, the Goldline 30 M8. I'm not gonna lie, I have no information about this thing. I don't know who made this. I know nothing about this thing. But microphone, check this out. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It works. So I have it on fast right now. We can flip this to slow. And it'll actually slow down how it does the drops. And you have hold. Isn't that crazy? So this is a super old school RTA that actually has 8 memory features in it. So you can actually, save memory so you can go back and look and see what the output, the curve was, or what it looked like in the car. On the side here, it also has a input, like a low level input. It apparently has a built-in battery because I have it hooked up right now to the battery hookup because right there is the 12 volt plug, but I didn't have that jack. But this is hardlined, and on the side it says battery, and it's got a battery check button. The fact that these things still work is pretty awesome. So now I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with those things, because I don't want them just in a bag for the next 20 years. So I need to put them on display somewhere, but I need to make it so they're useful. So I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put them, but I'm thinking they need a home, maybe over there on the test bench or just somewhere so I can show them off when people come in. The big one, the big old one, I need to take it apart because the panel is loose in there. When I do the switches, the whole thing's moving. So the circuit board must not be tagged down. So I need to take it apart, fix that, and then that also I should have set up somewhere because it's history, man. It's cool, the stuff still works. Now you may be wondering, hey Gabe, I thought you had a really successful shop and you were always busy. And I do, and I usually am very, very busy. Most of you, or some of you know if you watch my videos, that I have a broken back that's been fused. So I had a back injury that flared up last June and it really just never got taken care of. I mean, it just kept rearing its ugly head. So because of that, I started throttling back what I was scheduling. I started slowing down how many cars I was scheduling and how far out, because I was afraid I would get hurt, not be able to like complete an install, and then the domino effect would happen because I have 3 months worth of installs booked up. So I kind of stepped it back a little bit. Well, now I've got an injection in my back that's got nerve blockers, and now I feel fine. The pain's gone, finally able to work, and I slowly have to now rebook out my jobs. Am I mad that I'm not busy? To be honest, no. It's really nice not being in pain. I'm actually enjoying the pain-free lifestyle that most human beings get to live with. A lot of stuff needs to be done around here. And I think that's what I'm gonna do the rest of the week. So this week, I'm not gonna have probably a video on install, but I will have another silly video because I will post up stuff just to have content, kind of like today. There's always something going on. It's just it may not have to do with a car. Whoa, almost dropped my phone. Also, I'm gonna be doing a video on this stuff right here. This is inch thick HDPE. Look at that stuff, baby. I have a lot of this. Lots and lots of sheets of this. And I also have 1.5 inch thick. There's some cool stuff you can do with it, but it's so heavy. Like this takes 2 people just to carry this half sheet. It's probably, I don't know, 150 pounds at least. It's insane. It's like working with steel. But I'm gonna do a video on things you can do with that stuff. I've also got a Q&A video because I've had a ton of questions sent in to me and I've just been waiting to have enough good ones to do a Q&A. And I have a reaction video because I have a ton of videos that people send me that have to do with car audio and cars. I should just not look at them and have my kids compile them, or my wife go ahead and compile them into one little video, and then I can sit down and react, watch them, record myself, and see what I say. I might say some bad things, I might get myself canceled, you never know. There's a reason why I don't make live videos and stuff. I don't have a very good filter. At least all this right here, trust me, I edit out all the bad stuff. I'm Gabe Sipes, thanks for watching, take it easy.